Hello, this is Samuel Marshall. This is my GAM2101 mobile game assessment for Android devices. This is my game called Attack on Bird Heroes, and it's inspired by Angry Birds, but it functions like a real-time tower defense game. So there's enemies approaching this tower, and you have to defeat the enemies before you lose your HP. And my game is still in a very early state, so I have an HP bar script, but the game over script isn't working properly, so that doesn't work. And I had multiple playable characters as well, so if I were to just simply enable this, it would go over the regular player, and the wave bar isn't fully functioning yet, but there are multiple waves in the game as well, multiple waves of enemies, and they're automatically assigned different enemies depending on what Unity does, because it uses a randomizer script, so it automatically picks a list of different enemies from the file inspector using a point system. And I have an audio clip that plays whenever you defeat an enemy, because usually players like that. But yeah, the game's still in a very early state, sadly, and it's supported on Android devices as well. I have a different wave spawner script. This is an earlier version of it, but the current version crashes my game because it accidentally spawns in 1,000 enemies. And I was trying to think of I was trying to code in a way to stop that, but I ran out of time. And yeah, this is the game so far. Losing all of your HP bar doesn't give you a game over, because there isn't a game over script fully finished yet. And yeah. I have a yellow enemy and yellow bird as well. Bird player character as well. But they don't do anything unique. Right now they're just a reskin of the regular character, red character, but in later versions of the game I want to make it so that they do extra damage to the corresponding color of the enemy. So if you have a yellow character, you would do double damage to a yellow enemy. And I want to make it so that there are, in later versions of this game, the yellow enemy does extra like flying abilities as well, so it might move up and down periodically. And I want to make it so that in later versions of the game, blue enemies come in from the top of the screen as well in later waves. I'm just gonna showcase what happens. The wave HUD isn't updating yet because the script is still really incomplete for that. But there are multiple waves of enemies. And as you can see, the HP bar ran out. But this is my actual waves of enemies. And I can set it to a much higher number. It can go like up to 20 different waves instead of just 3, like the brief would suggest. So I can really go above and beyond what the brief suggests, because the waves of enemies are currently just they're currently a very early. They're just randomized based on what Unity decides to do, because it's based on a point system. And right now, I'm still not quite sure why this is happening, but it spawns a bit too many enemies for my game to handle. So that's why it's currently disabled. But yes, that's my game